Guys, it is finally happening. Today is finally the day. Thank you for your patience as we sorted some things, and I am so excited to finally share with you guys our massive basement renovation! That was my Oprah moment, everyone. That was it. Chris and I have been working on this basement renovation for so long. We have worked so hard on this. I'm really excited about it. And today I kind of wanted to do everything, share everything with you guys, the tips and tricks that we learned along the way from not only from like contractors, just from doing a basement in the past and renovating it and making a lot of mistakes with that, and also with Lisa Canning. I talk about her a lot. She is a good friend of mine. She is also incredible in the interior design world. She has done so many different things, from Property Brothers to her own homes and tons of clients and everything. She's written a book. It is called The Possibility Mom. If you have not read it, it is so good. Just such a good, motivating book to get your butt in gear and just like really go after what you want in life. Oh, she's incredible. You'll see her in a little bit. So grab yourself some cookies and some coffee, maybe a cozy blanket, some snackos, you know? And we're gonna dive into this whole basement process, starting with the before. In case you guys may have missed it, and I will link it for you guys, we did a whole basement declutter. What was the basement before, you ask? Okay, this is super embarrassing. Boxes, more stuff, old lights, all the kids' toys. We have a ship. I don't know why we have a ship. Let's turn on a light so you guys can see more of the mess. So we have a big pile of stuff in the middle. I don't even know what it is. Oh, it's just locked. Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. It was just a dumping ground for anything that we didn't want to deal with, that we didn't want to see on the main floor. I mean, really, that's what most basements are like, right? That's not just me, right? Right? I didn't even want to go down there anymore because it was just so bad, and I knew I needed to do a giant purge. And so that's what we did. We did a whole video. I like tried to do a Marie Kondo-esque style declutter and purge, and a ton of stuff went to charity, which felt really good. And we ended up having just a better grasp on what was in that space. Again, I'll link it. You guys should go and check out that video as well. You get to see all the old stuff that I made from like grade 8. You get to see like grade 8 shell. And it was a process. It was a journey, but we got there. And then we had all of our stuff shipped out to the garage. We have all of our donations out here, and over here we have all of the stuff that is being pulled out of the basement. We were hoping only for 2 months, ended up being more like 7. So you may be asking yourself why? Why, Rachel, did you want to do this big overhaul makeover of the basement? So there were 3 main reasons. Number 1, baby. It's like I'm carrying a cantaloupe or a watermelon under here. And Luke right now is parked in what will be the nursery, and so we had to do a bunch of shuffling, and we wanted to have a guest room, which leads me into my next point, which is hosting. We do a lot of hosting here, and it's so funny to even say that because I remember when we were looking for homes and our real estate agent was like, "Are you like the hosting, entertaining type?" And Chris and I are just laughing at each other. We don't do that. Turns out we do. Turns out we are entertaining hosting people. And then number 3, but not the least important, was all of the kids' toys. So I really wanted to like gather them all up and put them in the basement, but in an organized way, a way that I felt like the kids would be able to put their stuff away on their own. So we decided at this point, basement, boom, we're gonna do that one first. So now we got into stage 1, which is sort of the planning and like formulating what we were going to do with the floor plan that we had. And this is important to like spend some time like mapping this out. So there was a lot of talk about the utility of the different rooms and how big did we need for each of the different spaces, because obviously as you make one larger, you are taking away from other spaces. And so there was a lot of back and forth between myself and Chris and contractor and designer and kind of figuring out what was going to make the most sense for us. So after we all got together, there were 4 main areas that we really wanted for this basement. Number 1, kids' playroom area. Sold, done, needed to happen. Number 2, storage. I wanted to make sure that we had a lot of space for storage, a little bit of wiggle room in there as well for additional things. Number 3, as we talked about, guest room, bathroom, kind of a nice sanctuary for anyone that wanted to stay over. And number 4, Chris's office and games room. So this was something that was very important to me, and I really wanted to make this happen in the basement because Chris works best when he has a lot of like just quiet time and just being able to kind of block off the noise and just work in peace. And I'm a very like, I can kind of work with like a lot of different people moving around, and I can kind of get in and out and like do stuff with the kids and then do more work and then go back and forth. But Chris needs quiet, and that's perfectly reasonable. And so you may be wondering, why didn't you set up like a filming studio down there, Rachel? That would be a great use of space. Because I need light to live. I need windows, I need brightness, and that is why I film upstairs in like it's our master bedroom that we split into also a filming studio for all of like my makeup related stuff. And so Chris has been walking over makeup and not saying a word about it and being so wonderful about the fact that his, bedroom space is also a makeup studio. And so I really wanted him to have his own space and make it feel like him. And then once we had come up with the floor plan that we are currently using downstairs, it was on to stage 2, which was the executing of the vision. This became a clockwork of like, they would build something and then we need to do some decision making. Then I would consult with a contractor and with Lisa, and then they would go into more building. And it was just this like constant over and over and over. One of the biggest things that I learned about myself and about just like trying to map this stuff out is I'm a very visual person, and I needed to see like samples in the room in different lights, in different spaces. So that is a huge tip for me, is grabbing a bunch of different samples of things that you like, and then being able to from there narrow it down. Is this too yellow? Is this too dark? Is this too brown? Is this too gray? And just kind of getting a sense. I like how I chose all neutrals. Whatever your taste is. Magenta, I don't know. Which brings us to stage 3, which was the decorating. And this is where we kind of had a mix of pieces that we already had, like furniture pieces that we already had and loved, and incorporating them in with new pieces that we would pick up with Lisa.
Oh my goodness. Guys, look, it's Christmas, except I paid for it all. Christopher's a little busy.
I will be. Good thing I'm so handy.
You're so good at this. This is looking so good. We've been storing all the kids' toys in here, as you can see.
Have a nice trip.
So right now Chris is getting the bed all installed in here so that we can set up all the other furniture that has started to arrive.
So once we'd moved all the furniture down, all like the big pieces that we were keeping, we were gonna bring in Lisa.
All right guys, so it is currently Saturday and I clearly have not gotten ready yet. But we're currently in the process of tidying up because tomorrow Lisa is coming and we're finalizing the basement. So I'm taking all these toys, which Luke very kindly organized for me. It doesn't look like it, but he did a really good job actually. So puzzles and toys, we have Legos, some dress up stuff, and so I'm just like trying to tidy up a little bit of what we have here. And fortunately it's at least clean down here, which is good.
And of course, it was that one day that we had a giant snowstorm.
In case you're wondering, that's freezing rain pellets. Supposed to get 10 centimeters of snow today. So now, not only do we need to get the basement done before Lisa has to head back to Florida with her family, but we also are on a time crunch to beat the snow before it settles down and makes it like impossible to drive. So that's great. So let's go finish getting ready, shall we?
Like, I don't know why I expected anything less for December 1st, which is the day that we're filming this, but let's like break it down for a second. It's just got eyeliner all over my lid, don't worry about it. So we have a lot of the big furniture items, which is great. And I've managed to, I think, sort out most of the toys, which feels really good. So right now it's like the final touches. So we need like end tables, decor items. We need to sort out like the whole organization system for the kids' toys, figure out Chris's office. I think that's it. That's pretty good, but still, we have like
not a lot of time at all. So Lisa right now is at Home Sense. She's gonna pick up a couple last minute items and I'll see you when she gets here. All right guys, guess what I have here? It's Lisa! She came with goodies today. So you can see this lovely pregnant mama she's due like, oh my gosh, you bumped to the side. Look at the bump. Oh my gosh.
How far apart are we? I think we're just a month apart.
Yeah, like about.
2 pregnant women.
And a Chris. Okay, so Lisa hasn't seen the basement yet because everything is done remotely.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, look at it. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. Rachel?
What do you think?
Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's so much better than pictures. Oh my gosh, are you so happy?
I love it.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Well, you designed it. So.
Well, I mean, oh my gosh, okay, let's get to work. Which ones are these?
Those are the ones from Amazon.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I brought a bunch of stuff down. You can see I haven't done all the pillows yet because I need you to approve them all.
Oh yeah, we always need. This is a really nice accessory.
Well, you know.
What is this? It's speaker wire.
Speaker wires, yes.
That's an heirloom decor piece.
So where do you want to start? How do you want to start doing this?
I think I'm going to bring down all the things.
Okay.
I think I'm going to invite Chris to bring down all the things.
Chris is going to be manual labor today.
Oh, this is cute. Oh, they use them like stools.
Yeah, this.
Oh my gosh, and they were eating. Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that adorable? I know. Sometimes in buying things online and decor, sometimes you make mistakes. It happens and it's okay. So these are supposed to be end tables and I bought them and I was very excited about them. And then they came in and look how little they are.
They're cute.
So Julia sees them and she gets so excited because she's like, oh my gosh, stools. So I guess I'm keeping them now. Okay, Lisa, what is step number 1?
Okay, so typically what I like to do is, like, this is a lovely palette. Right now everything is neutral. And then I like to do a big run and get a whole bunch of accessories. It's always better to grab more because you can always return. I like to make like one little area. Like when I worked with the Property Brothers and staged a whole bunch of homes for TV, we would have like big long tables where we would put all the accessories. And I kind of like to do that when even in my own home or projects like this, so that everything's in one little central place and you're not getting too distracted. Do you like these?
Oh my gosh, they're cute.
I thought you might like them.
Yeah, I love like all the
texture
texture and everything.
Okay, wait, you made this headboard?
Chris made it.
Like what?
Yeah, Chris and my dad, they like put it together and that's just like stick on board.
Oh, cool.
I have it all laid out. And tell me what your thoughts are.
Yeah, so I really wanted, okay, so we have a very peaceful palette down here. I wanted it to be like full of texture, lots of natural textures too. So I really like that wood piece over there. I think that's gonna find at home. So now we kind of just play. Like literally it comes down to trying things in little spots. We also want to look at function, obviously. So looking at what baskets and what things are gonna hold toys. With soon to be 8 children, like I have a lot of experience with toy storage. And do you want to know what's funny, Rachel?
What?
So when we packed for Florida, we only brought a 6x12 trailer, and none of the toy boxes made it on.
And they're just like,
They just play.
They just do their thing.
They play. Like we have some toys. They play with like the few toys, but it's been super duper interesting.
Wow.
To watch them with no toys. So I have a lot of experience with like a lot of toys, and now I have experience with very little toys. So why don't you show me how many toys we have?
We put baskets in this little thing. So this is the sideboard that was like upstairs.
Yes.
Right? So we put a whole bunch. Thank you, Vanna White. I wanted the toys that were in the main area, the ones that they play with the most. I didn't want it to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then anything where they have like friends over and they want like something new and like, you know, as they get older, like connects and stuff like that. I'll show you where all that stuff is.
Whoa, I love it.
So all of the toys are going to live in mostly like these kinds of reusable bags.
Yes.
That way they can just pull them out.
And to be honest, like this is such a smart strategy because if you have them all in access all the time, especially things like like dinosaurs, like things where there's lots of pieces, they will just become a mess and then you will just be cleaning them up. Whereas I find if they're out of sight,
they are going to forget and then it'll be exciting when you pull them out.
Yeah.
Oh, those are heavy pieces. It feels like a lot with the textured pillows.
I think we need color on that wall.
Yeah.
I like the scale and drama of this. Art is hard.
Art is very hard. This is looking so cute.
It's so cute.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't, okay, so you have to, I am so terrible at styling these things.
I really like to do it where there's variety on one shelf, one big thing. So whether that's like 3 really chunky books or like this, next shelf, variety again. And then conveniently we already had this basket that's basically the same shape and size, and this will be again really functional. You want to be able to encourage your children to just tidy up on their own, and having an empty bin sometimes is helpful. Yes, it might be all mixed up or whatever, and maybe not exactly as organized as you would like, but this helps them to be like empowered and organized on their own.
Christopher fixing up the thing that fell down. It's fine, don't worry about it. Okay guys,
Possibly to go home.
so we have an update. We had hail for a while, it stopped, and we're like, yes, we're in the clear, but now it's starting to snow. We have about an hour to get this whole place done.
This will be Lisa's sofa for when she visits from
Yes.
Florida, like just.
Like cozy, relaxed.
Oh no, I can't get up now.
She's stuck here forever. Oh well. We're working on Chris's man cave, guys. Look at it. Oh, it looks so good. And I didn't have to style it. Oh, there's a rhino. He's been living in my house. I don't remember where, but he's down here now. So we have a mix. It's basically just D&D and Tolkien.
Visually, it looks too small. Like to
Got
put the this here.
Okay.
But
it'll be
it
great
won't
and
be.
dramatic there.
Oh,
yeah.
it'll be so dramatic. Like so dramatic. You're gonna walk in and see the
Yeah,
color.
that's gonna be awesome.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. You're the best.
I had so much fun.
This is so much fun. I'm so glad you were here. That was a day. That was a full day, and I feel good that Lisa got home before the snow fell. There's a lot of snow outside right now. So we're in a good spot. I feel good. So I'm gonna just jump ahead to when we've ordered all the stuff off Amazon, because I see you, Christopher. Where is he? I don't know. Christopher, this is why I can't vlog. Are you excited? Do you like your... That was terrifying. Are you excited? Do you like the space?
Yeah, it's great.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
You have so many things to hang up still.
I have things to do.
We have some things and a couple of things to buy, but we're ready. We're
It's
ready.
okay, I'm so handy.
Well, you know what? With
The
hanging
most
things.
handy.
And here we go. Grand reveal. I'm so excited. It's time for the reveal. I'm not gonna jump on stairs. Okay guys, welcome to the basement. I'm so excited to show you guys what we have done. I don't even know where to start. So, first of all, we're at the bottom of the stairs. Got a sideboard and a mirror, decorated it for Christmas, you know? And then coming down here, we have more storage over here, as well as full-length mirror. We have this ottoman, which is actually, I'm just gonna sit on it because you know what, pregnant. This was actually upstairs and we had it for people when they came over and they could take off their shoes, and I took it from upstairs, and now it has all the kids like dress up stuff in it. And then walking into the big open area where we hang out and we host and children play. So this over here is sort of the kids area. This is all the stuff that they are currently playing with a lot, that they absolutely love. And so I really wanted to keep this like pretty tight, and I wanted them to just have access to the toys that they play with the most often. Then moving along to sort of the kitchenette bar area. I feel weird being here in front of all the Patron. So this is where we have a wine fridge as well as just a regular fridge for when people come over, just like, you know, drinks and things. And then all like barware and everything, that's all going up there. And then moving into this area, obviously this is like, we play Mario Kart here and watch movies and hang out, and like, these are the kids' little chairs. We got these from Costco one year and I'm obsessed with them. Look how little they are. So in the middle here, this is actually 2 coffee tables. We got those from Wayfair. Put them together just to really make better use of the space and make sure that they balance the couches and kind of the largeness of the room. And then we added this rug just for some contrast. This was from Amazon. And then these couches we had before. I've had these actually for a long time, like maybe 6 or 7 years now. So just repurposing them. And then down here we also have more bins because my kids love books. So we put all of our books under here and we can kind of read and hang out and just like relax here, but all the books are like a little bit out of the way, you know? I really wanted a barn door in our basement because I love them. I think they're so pretty. And so this right here is Chris's office and games room. Very excited. I feel weird being the one to open this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Ta-da! Ooh, gamesy. So in here, this is Chris's office. So we have computer and everything over here. Games table here as well for, you know, fighting dragons in dungeons. And then the wall is made of, this is all like stick on like wood veneer, but it has like a really cool texture to it, which I really love. And it has this like tavern vibe, which is what Chris was kind of going for. So we have like the lanterns on the side as well, lots of pot lights. Even though there are no windows in this room, it still feels really bright and inviting in here. And then coming back out, oh, the walls. Okay, so this is shiplap. This is from a brand called Matree, and it adds such a beautiful textural element to this entire space. I'm obsessed with shiplap. I love it. If I could put it in my entire house, I would. And this is just, it's a way of, you still get that nice clean look and you get that nice white, but I love texture and everything, which is why all the pillows have texture and the carpet and like everything has that depth to it. And I just love the like finishing element it brings to the room. I'm obsessed with it. Also the doors are also by Matree. We did them in the Hail Navy shade from Benjamin Moore. They had that nice contrast against the white walls, and it just, again, depth, love that. The barn door is just everything. I love it. And then in here we have the guest room. I love this light fixture, by the way. I love the Edison bulbs. I love the side lamps as well, like the whole like gold, white, little pops of teals and blues, like really pretty and just very cozy down here. And then moving on to the bathroom. Who doesn't need a tour of the bathroom, right? So shower door, that nice contrast. I love the subway tiles. We did a little bit of a different design for the floor, but everything just ties together very nicely. Again, lots of white in this space, but the blue door and the black accents, I feel like just really make this space. Also the texture, the wood down here. Ooh, small details. So now let's get into storage. This one has all of our long-term bins and everything, as well as just like, it's a furnace room, right? And then storage room number 2. Mostly what goes in here is like the Christmas tree. And then the last storage area number 3, has our pantry, which is through that door, our extra fridge and freezer down here as well, and all of the more like long-term or on rotation kids toys.
What do you guys think? Do you love it? I'm so happy with it. Now, I did mention earlier, there were mistakes that we made and there were things that we were so glad that we did. So I do want to like share some of those tips with you guys in case you're doing any renovation projects or any redecorating projects or anything at all with your space. Number 1, pot lights. That was such a good investment from us, and that was something that we learned from our last basement that we did. Having it be a basement and being underground already and not having as much natural light, we wanted the basement to feel really warm and very inviting and very bright, even if there's just no light outside. I wanted it to feel comfortable, like you wanted to go downstairs, you know? Number 2 was the carpet, and specifically the underpad for the carpet. In our last house, we ended up doing engineered hardwood because I really love the look of hardwood. But I remember Julia was still like really little, and I was always so scared of her like going down the stairs and everything. And so this time around, I wanted to do all carpet and something that's just really cozy and warm. And we splurged on like a really good, like thick underpad. It is like walking on like a mattress topper down there. And just like, because it's a kid's playroom, like they're gonna be running around, they're gonna be falling down. I just wanted something to feel very plush, you know? Like, I'm really glad that we did that. Another thing that just in the process again of like doing this whole reno with Lisa was just using what we had in a different way. So for example, we had this like big black ottoman that we had used for kids' toys upstairs. We ended up using it downstairs for more like seasonal things, blankets, pillows, stuff that we wouldn't be pulling out all the time. And then we had like a sideboard upstairs, like a table that had all of our coffee related stuff. And we ended up bringing it to the basement and using that, as you guys saw, for all the kids' toys. Just being creative and trying to think outside the box of like different ways pieces could be utilized in a space. That was something that I was really glad that we did. And then of course, trying to get that like custom feel, but on a budget. So as you guys saw, we had like the IKEA kind of kitchen bar thing set up, and we had our contractor come in and he had people kind of customize it a little bit so that it fit the fridges that we had. And then another thing that I learned about during this process, we were talking to the fabricator who did the quartz countertop, and he had a big chunk of the quartz that we used in the basement left over from another job. So we actually got it at a discount, which was also great because it was such a small space that we were doing. So that's like another thing, is kind of reaching out and finding out if they have scraps that you can utilize in your space and you can get it for a cheaper price. This was fun. This was fun being like a home decor show for a day. It was a lot less dramatic. There weren't any tears, but it was still lots of fun. Stay tuned Tuesday. If you're in the end of this video, I don't know why I got really quiet there for a second, but if you're at the end of this video, heads up, there will be a new video on Tuesday. That's gonna be like a hacks video. I'm very excited about it. I'm actually gonna go and film that either right now or in a little bit. Oh no, I'm gonna have ramen first. Check out these videos on the side in case you have missed any. We spend a lot of time in my kitchen. We do a lot of cooking. We're doing a lot of baking this time of year, which is very exciting for me. Make sure you subscribe, click the little bell notification if you haven't already, and stay tuned for a new video on Tuesday. I love you guys so much. Mwah.